Hi, thank you so much for joining me to learn more about my company, Pixie Dust Parties, an event and balloon design company. A little bit about Pixie Dust Parties and my why for starting this business. Our purpose at Pixie Dust Parties is to create stress free, magically pop in decor. My name is Megan, and this is not my first career choice. I was an elementary teacher for 12 years, then decided that I needed to find a way to be more present in my own children's lives. I've always enjoyed designing and hosting parties for all occasions, and I've always been told that I could turn my skills into a business. So in early 2022, my husband and I decided that it was time to take a chance, and Pixie Dust Parties was born. Helping my customers create treasured memories in the most important moments of their lives is what I love the most about what I do. Here's my family. My husband, Keith, we've been married 11 years, together for 16. Ella is 7.5, going on 17 very quickly. And then Knox is 4. He's going to turn 5 actually pretty soon. And he's kind of the life of the party in our family, as you can probably tell from his little picture. But they are the whole reason why I kind of actually stepped away from teaching to start this business. So, what is an event designer? So, we say that we're an event and balloon design company, but what does that even really mean? Most people have heard of an event planner, but there are actually different job titles that exist in the event industry. These are three common job titles that often get misunderstood. So, we have an event designer, event coordinator, and an event planner. So, it's set up in this chart here to kind of show you how they intermingle and how they kind of work together. So, an event designer on the left side, that is what we are at Pixie Dust Parties. That's what I do. An event designer focuses on aesthetic details. We create visual elements and products to help create a visual design. We are typically hired as a vendor for events. We can be hired directly by the client or the customer. We can be hired by event coordinators, and we can be hired by event planners. So we can kind of adapt to any type of event in a situation, because not all events have coordinators and planners. We are designers, so that means we create balloons and backdrops with our company. But any designer that you hire, they could create backdrops, balloons, floral, centerpieces, tablescapes, more. Some do draping, some do linens. It really just depends. So if you hire a florist for a party, they are an event designer. That's just their niche. So an event designer is a very niche type job. And then you have event coordinators. Coordinators may help with visual design, they may do some of the design work, or they will help execute the design that the client has come up with. They help clients adhere to budgets, they help clients follow schedules, they arrange vendor schedules, they handle logistics and details. So, a coordinator may take over the event in the last month or so, or they may do a day of coordinator. So it's up to the coordinator and how they want to run their company. They may do some visual design, or they may just help manage it all. And they may also hire out vendors for different things. Then, lastly, you have your event planner. So, an event planner is what a lot of people think about when they think in the event industry, but an event planner is kind of a do it all kind of person. They are responsible for the overall vision and the budget. So, if I'm getting married and I hire a wedding planner and I say I want a winter wonderland wedding, they're going to help create that whole design. Now, they could hire out vendors to actually execute those designs, but they will create a vision board. They help coordinate, make sure all the designs from differently from the florist, from the drapery, from the balloons, it all is cohesive. They help you plan from beginning to end. They may do some of the same tasks as a designer or a coordinator, but they may also hire out coordinators and designer vendors. So again, it's really up to the planner. There's planners that have a full staff of all these different people. They have a florist on staff, they have a coordinator on staff, they have a balloon artist on staff, or there's event planners that are just them and then they hire everything out. So again, it's really up to that planner. But that's why these arrows kind of follow from one job to the other, because as an event designer, I don't do any coordinating and planning. But again, a coordinator and a planner, they might do some designing. So it's kind of like a hierarchy system. But we are designers, and what's great about being a designer is we can work with anybody. We can work with coordinators, we can work with planners, or we can just work directly with the client themselves, which is great. So some things that we offer at Pixie Dust Parties, and here's an example of something we offer. We offer balloon designs, backdrops, prop designs, customization, sleepover tent rentals, and custom favors. And so here we have we have a greenery wall. This is about an 8 foot tall by 10 feet wide greenery wall. And in all my pictures, I've included kind of the footage because footage is extremely important when we're looking at balloons. So this is about 15 feet of balloon work to go up and over and then down on the bottom. And it has the added mylar clusters as well. So our standard garlands, which we'll get into in a little bit, they include about 2 to 3 colors in about 3 sizes of balloons. And that's what you see here, aside from the flowers. The flowers are extra, but we have 3 color choices in three different sizes that are incorporated into this design. So let's talk balloons. Balloons are great. They can be used for any event. They can be simple, they can be elegant, they can be upscale. The world of balloons is large. There's so many different types of balloons, shapes, colors, designs, and we can do so much. So here's an example of a color chart from one of my favorite companies. I only work with natural latex balloons that are biodegradable. That's super important to me because we use a lot of balloons, and that just adds a little comfort in my business knowing that they are biodegradable and better for the environment. We can create custom colors as well, which I have an example of in a future slide. Here is a sizing chart of most balloon colors that the sizes they come in. So when you just picture a balloon in your mind, you're typically picturing an 11 or 12-inch balloon, and that's right here. We work with 3 different sizes at a minimum. So we use the 5-inch balloon, we use the 11-inch, and we use a 17 or 18-inch balloon, which in this diagram it says 16. But the companies make them a little bit different. So some companies have 17-inch, some companies have 18-inch, some companies have 16-inch. But we use those 3 sizes, 5, 11, and 17 inches. If we want to make it a little more upscale or elegant, or depending on what we're adding into it, we may use a 24-inch or even a 3-foot, a 36-inch balloon to create a topper for something. There's a lot of different options. So we do work with a variety of sizes and colors as well. So let's talk about what can I get with my balloons. So a lot of times when a customer calls me, or a client calls me and they say, I need a balloon arch for a baby shower. Most of the time, what people are envisioning in their head is actually a balloon garland. It is different than an arch. So a garland can be organically shaped to any setting. We can shape it around a door. We can shape it around a window. We can shape it around like a certain way on a wall. Lots of different options. We do have a 12-foot minimum for installation on site from Pixie Dust Parties. If that is too large or that is not an option, we do offer grab and go options as well in a 6 or 8-foot option. And when we're talking footage for balloons, it is not linear. So you can see in all these different pictures that they have different shapes to them. If we have to widen a balloon garland, then we're adding footage to that. So sometimes when we're giving a quote and a client says, I think 8 feet is perfect because my door is 8 feet tall, well, we may have to add more to that in order to give the look you actually want. So if we're looking at this tan, sage green, and cream garland right here next to the window, that is a 14-foot garland. It was not 14 feet from their floor to the top of the window, but it required 14 feet of balloon work to give her the style and look that she wanted. So you can see a variety of sizings and colors here. Some of these have a lot of extra features added to them. Down here, you see our 8-foot grab and go option. That's perfect. A client will pick it up just like that, and it's ready to be hung on the wall. It comes with all the hanging materials that they need and directions to do that as well. One of my favorite garlands to do is actually a table runner. This pink table runner down here is actually a waterfall table runner. It has spilling over the side. That is an added feature to that table runner as well. So lots of different options. We also offer freestanding options, and when we say freestanding, a lot of people just automatically think of a column, but there are a lot of different options for that. So we have a standard column right here in the middle, this red, black, and yellow column with the number 9 on it. That is a standard column. It is about 8 to 9 feet tall. It's pretty tall. It's super awesome statement piece. This client had it right by her stairs as people walked in for her daughter's birthday, so it was perfect. We also will create custom things based on what a client needs. So these first two pictures here are actually about 12 feet of balloon work. And when I say garland, but it was created on a column base. They needed something that was easily movable for a lot of different reasons. So we are able to create kind of a garland look on a column base so it can be easily moved. We also create specialty designs. So we have this ice cream cone that was for a grand opening of an ice cream store. It was so fun. The mermaid tails are popular. Celebration towers are popular. All of these things are popular, and a lot of this is custom as well. And we will take anything that a client likes and create it custom to them, custom to their space. So sometimes when somebody reaches out for us to us for a quote, it actually is kind of a process because we're trying to figure out exactly what you want and where you want it so that we can quote you properly. We also offer table decor. This top row here are all table pieces that fit perfect on a table. They can be customized. They can really be anything, honestly, that people want. So we have these three right here that have clear balloons on them. They are personalized. This one says happy birthday. These bunny ones have the child's names on them. But they are also stuffed. So we have stuffed animals inside the bunny ones and Easter eggs that are filled with toys. We can put all kinds of things in them. We can put anything on them. We can also put a latex balloon inside to create a shinier, more solid look. It's really pretty. We offer, like I said, tons and tons of options. We could put character balloons on them. Down here, the 70 and number 4, those are our large bouquet options, and they are pretty large. They're great for like a kids party or like at a park where you can't have tons and tons of decor, but you want something super fun for your child. We get a lot of requests for those at a park, so that's a lot of fun. So here's an actual arch. So when somebody calls us or emails us about an arch, this is what an arch is. So an arch is going from one point all the way around to the other point to kind of create that half circle look. We have two different arch sizes. We have our 17-foot and our 25-foot. And so that footage is referring to the amount of balloon footage. This 17-foot arch is perfect. This was on a stage, so you can walk under it. You can take a group picture with it, but it is smaller. So it would be great for like a doorway or like this, like I said, this was on a stage. The 25-foot arch is a lot bigger. This was for a first grade end of year carnival, and they were able to get a whole class picture underneath the arch. So it is a lot larger. It's adding about a whole another 8 or 9 feet of balloons to it. That makes it larger. The popcorn box on that arch was created by me. So here we're getting into a little bit of more prop design that we're starting to add into our balloons. It's a lot of fun. And it says popcorn all the way around. That design is taken all the way around. So any angle you're looking at this arch, you see the same popcorn arch. We also offer table arches, and actually we offer the tablecloths, the linens, the table, all the things. This is actually a package that we do offer. We also have, it's a little hard to see in the picture, but we have the Let's Party neon sign. We have Better Together. We have a lot of different sign options as well. And we do have table setting pieces as part of the package. Not the treats, but the actual pieces that it can be used. We can add a character to it. So the table arch is fun. It's about 12 feet of balloon work for the table arch. It's great for kids' parties or anywhere that you just want one statement decor piece. And we pop it up, set it up, and take it down for you. We also offer mosaics. These are so fun and one of my favorite things to make, but they do take a lot of time and they are all handmade. So they are forms filled with balloons. They're freestanding. Our most popular are numbers, like the number 13 is really popular. The number 1 is super popular for mosaics, but we can do custom shapes and designs. And like I said, it's all handmade. So they are a little bit more on the expensive side for than what most people think just because they are handmade and take a lot of hours to make it. Our backdrops are another popular service that we offer. So we have our shimmer walls, we have our sequin fabrics, which are a little bit more economical, but still give that shimmer effect. We have our ring stands, we have our square and rectangle backdrop stands that we can adjust. This rectangle backdrop stand here, this green one, is about 30 feet of balloons, and we added the balloon curtain to it. This was a 95th birthday party. We have our ring stand That's a double ring stand actually. So we have 2 layers to it to create that double look. We can, here's a good picture of that large balloon bouquet with the backdrop stand to give an idea of what large really means. We have our flower wall. We can do balloon walls where it's literally a wall of balloons. And we have our backdrop arches with balloons as well. Extra services that can be used with balloons, we can personalize and customize any balloons. So putting vinyl directly on the balloons. So that prom 2023, it was for a prom and the client couldn't quite find a sign or something she liked, so we could just put it directly on the balloon. So we did that. We do custom signs. This happy 40th birthday is completely made by me and customized for that party. That balloon with the navy and gold, that's actually gold flake that we added to it to give that little extra shine and sparkle. We offer easels with acrylic signs. We can put florals. We have butterflies in this one. I put like the Halloween ones. We could do bugs and spiders. We can add anything to it that we want, really, that the client would need. The starburst balloons are popular. The pearl strings are popular. The mylar numbers are really popular, like this number 5, the disco balls, custom signage again. My daughter here with her celebration stick. This is a new product that I'm going to be offering. It's a perfect addition to like any kind of photo opportunity. This was at her recital, so we carried it in. She got pictures with it. She's going to have one for the first day of school. That was say first day of second grade. We can, again, customize any balloon we want, like this app state. We created the logo and everything. These are not pre-bought stickers. I designed everything myself. We also can add mailbox clusters to your order. So this had a recent graduation party where she wanted some balloons on the mailbox, and ours are perfect because they're air filled, not helium filled, which means that your balloons on your mailbox are going to look like that the entire party, and they're not going to be tangled, they're not going to fly off or anything like that. We also offer sleepover tent packages. Ours are a basic DIY package, meaning that the client picks them up and returns them. They include 6 wood tents, 5 white and 1 color of choice, 6 fairy lights, a light up marquee birthday sign that is customized to that party, a medium balloon column with a topper on it, and it is actually an entire weekend rental. So our sleepover tent packages are a lot different than the other companies in the area that offer sleepover tents. We try to offer something a little bit more economical that you can really get your money's worth. I had a client recently who rented them. She rented 8 tents. We have a max of 10. And you can see her picture here that she set up. Hers was a mermaid theme. She was really just looking for the tents and mattresses, and she didn't want all the extra theme decor that comes with some of the other companies, which are great. Those are beautiful and great, but she really just kind of wanted to do a lot herself. She came and picked them up. She brought them back in great condition, and it worked out perfectly for her. We can add extra things to our packages. We have extra tents. We can add mattresses with sheets. We can add installation services. I have set them up before for a client. That is just an extra fee. We can deliver and pick up for an extra fee. We can add more decor. We can add more balloons. We can add a lot of different things to our packages, but it does start as a basic DIY package. So what makes us different from other balloon companies around? We, again, use top quality, highest of quality balloons. We offer digital mock-up services. So here's an example of a digital mock-up that I've given to a previous client. If a client is spending over $400, I typically will come up with digital mock-up designs so they can see what they're getting. Or I have a wedding in December and they're very visual clients and they have an idea of what they want, but they're not 100%. So I'm actually working on designing some design options for them. And what that comes with, it comes with 3 to 5 designs with full quotes for each picture. And I try to work around their budget, give a couple quotes right under their budget, and a couple quotes over their budget, just kind of see what all their options are. And then they choose from those designs, and it all is all created digitally. And it's a great way to show clients what they're actually paying for before the day up, because it's hard to blow up balloons prior and then reuse them later. We save the clients time, plain and simple. Most of the clients that reach out to us and customers that reach out to us say, I made the balloons for this last event that I did. And I said, I'm never doing it again because it took 5 to 6 hours and I don't want to do that. So we save a lot of time for our clients' customers by doing all this design work for them. We create custom designs and colors if we need to. So here's a great example of what we can do. I can double stuff balloons and change balloon colors by combining different colors, and I can see how the color theory would work to make your vision come to life. So we could take this teal, add a sugar color to it, and it will actually lighten it a little bit and still fit within the theme, but give it a little bit more dimension to help create that overall vision. So the future of Pixie Dust Parties, what does that look like? I do want to offer helium. Currently, we don't, but I do want to offer helium. It is a natural resource that is kind of hard to acquire right now. It's why a lot of stores are having a hard time keeping it, and there's a global shortage of helium. But I am looking into adding that to our company. DIY kits is something I'm currently working on as well. There's a lot of people who like to host parties and like to blow up balloons and stuff, but they still want a nice quality balloon. They want it to look a certain way. And so currently working on trying to put DIY kits together with instructions and having it be a better DIY kit than what you can order online. I do see myself driving around the Lake Norman area with hopefully a Pixie Dust Parties green van at some point. That would be awesome. It takes a lot of storage space in vehicles to hold balloons. So I do envision hopefully having a company van at some point. A storefront, and I would love to include other event vendors in the area. I have a very different vision of a storefront than a typical balloon store. So I have lots of fun ideas for that. I do also want to offer classes and parties in the future of teaching others how to do balloon work, whether it be a DIY balloon garland or balloon centerpieces. I have lots of different ideas for that as well. So thank you so much for listening to my presentation. It's a little long to learn all about balloons, but I really appreciate you taking the time and listening. This is how you can contact us. We are on Facebook and Instagram. Our socials are at Pixie Dust Parties NC, and those links are on our website. We mostly communicate by email, and so that is on there as well. And I really look forward to working with any of you in the future for your future event needs. Thank you.